Now, I also like people to understand that there are two types of marketing. When it comes to marketing our product or service, we really need to think about what it is we're trying to do. And in those two types, there's interruption marketing, and that's where you're interrupting people when they're doing something but besides looking for a solution. So, for example, if I'm listening to the radio or Spotify, if I'm on the internet watching YouTube videos, or I'm on Facebook or Instagram, I'm checking my emails, I'm not typically looking for a solution. So whatever you put in front of me has got to interrupt me, has got to stop me in my tracks, okay? And so, when it comes to building this marketing plan and thinking about how are you going to communicate your message out there, the importance of understanding whether or not you're right in front of their face with a solution because they're looking for something, or are you just interrupting them to try and keep in front of their face? And there's a very big difference when you put your marketing together, because if you're doing interruption marketing, you want to make sure that you get your message through. Okay. So, somebody could be on their phone, checking out their Facebook feed, and you want your message to stop them in their tracks so they take action. Now, it could be a tip that's just too good to go past. It could be a video. It could be a lead magnet, which is it could be like a tool that they could download or use. It could be anything, but you've got to make sure that whatever it is, if they're not actually looking for your solution at that particular point in time, unless your message is amazing, it's not going to stop them. Okay, so that's one type of marketing. The second, and this is where I suggest everybody starts when it comes to making sure that you are probably putting your best foot forward and being efficient when it comes to marketing, is you focus on solution marketing. Now, this webinar is a bit of both, but it really is interruption marketing. And the reason why this was interruption marketing was we put a message into your inbox, or you might have seen this on a social media feed, and you registered for this. And the reason that it got your attention was because it was a free training event that might solve a problem for you. And it's probably not a huge problem, because if it was, you probably would have already tried to solve it, and you're probably still looking for an answer. If you were really serious about building your marketing plan, you probably would have done it by now. So you're probably just curious, going, what does this Ben chap got to say? I could see some of you already been to my previous webinars or seminars. So you go, I know the quality is going to be good. I might learn one or two things. Who knows? But it interrupted you. It wasn't something that you were seeking out. You didn't find this webinar because you were looking for help on building a marketing plan. Because I know that, because I didn't do any solution marketing. All the marketing I did for this webinar was interruption marketing. I put messages into your inbox. I put posts on social media. So that's likely what you saw. Now, the amount of people that have registered versus the amount that turn up to these is around about 20% turn up out of the registrations. And that's typical, because I interrupted them at a time when they went, yep, I think I'll register for that. But when it came time to make the commitment to be here, a lot of people aren't here. And that's okay, because it's a marketing strategy. It's a lead magnet. So I've got, all those people are still in my database. We'll still call them. We'll still have a conversation with them. But the best type of marketing is this solution marketing. The solution marketing is where people are actually looking for a solution. And they'll go to Google, for example, and they'll type into Google how to build a marketing plan. Or they'll type into Google what's some examples there? What type of businesses have we got here? Just put in the chat box what type of business you are. So I saw Chris, I'm not sure, Chris, what your business is, or Sion. Rowan's in termites, right? So Rowan is in not selling you termites, but getting rid of termites. So imagine that you have discovered that you've got termites in your home. You might turn to Google and put in termite pest control, might be a search term, or termite exterminator, I don't know, right? You put that into Google and you're now looking for a solution. You might type in something like, how do I get rid of termites? Okay, you're looking for a solution. You might go to YouTube and say, what do termites look like? Okay, so now you're trying to educate yourself because you think you might have termites. So these are all the things that are happening when you're looking for a solution, right? You might also, let's say you've got termites, you might ask somebody else for a recommendation. Now, this could be a friend or it could be groups. What we're seeing a lot of on social media is people are going into their local community groups and saying, I think I've got termites. Does anybody know a pest controller that's an expert in exterminating them? And so it pays to think about your marketing. Your marketing plan might be to get involved in community groups and make sure that people know that you exist. They might use you if they've used you in the past, so they might just go back to, if I'm looking for solutions, sometimes the easiest way is for me just to go to a previous supplier. And that's why part of your marketing plan needs to make sure you stay in front of your past customers, right? Because this is a known behavior. It's newsletters, Facebook posts, engaged on LinkedIn. And with Facebook, for example, you're going to have to pay to keep in front of all your page likes. So if you are, when you're engaging with a customer, getting your customer to like your Facebook page, then you're going to have to pay to make sure those posts show up in front of those people on a monthly basis or something, so they continue to see you. And that way, when they do have a problem, they'll use you because they'll remember that you're there. They might use other directories. So part of your marketing plan might need to be that you're in all these other directories. It might be industry directories, or there might be like yellow pages or local directories for your area that are online or offline. It could be in the local library. I don't know. Or they might recall something that they've seen in the past. Okay. And so this is something else that happens as well. You probably know that you've had a problem and you've gone, geez, I saw a solution to that. And no, I've got to try and remember where it was, right? And then you recall where that was. So I can see we've got jewelry and gifts. It's the same thing for jewelry. I might look up, that's a classic one, right? So somebody like you, Narelle, and your marketing plan, you might have the complete guide to buying gifts for, young girls, the complete guide to buying gifts for teenage boys, because somebody might be looking for a solution to buy a gift, and they might not be trying to look for the actual gift. They might be trying to work out, what do I buy? And so they might be typing into YouTube, what's a good gift for a 17-year-old boy? Well, you could make sure your marketing pops up when they are looking for that answer, right? Property maintenance and property management. Okay, for Chris. So Chris, you could have something that, once again, you could be in YouTube groups. You could use, lead magnets around how to best maintain property. You could all run webinars like this. This webinar, by the way, is a classic example of a lead magnet. This is great marketing because you're all here. You're going to be with me for up to 90 minutes. We're going to build a relationship. You're going to get to know me. And, at the end of this, you may want to talk further. And I can tell you, I've been doing events for 20 years. And that it's been one of the key ways that I've built my business. They work very, very well. And every single industry can do an event like this. Every industry can run information on a webinar and build a relationship with their prospects. Particularly with past customers as well. It's a really good way to stay connected, is to run webinars. And the good thing is you can record these, and then you can use this content for, other things that people might search for on the internet. So break it up, make 20 YouTube videos out of one webinar, for example. So it's a very good way to market your business.